Metro Police have released a detailed report on the Cybertruck explosion. It was at the Trump Hotel this year. Investigators say Matthew Leibelsberger drove a rented Tesla Cybertruck on January 1st straight into the hotel. He then detonated it in what the report calls a premeditated attack. Officials warn the blast could have caused mass casualties and major structural damage. Police tracked Leibelsberger's route from Colorado to Las Vegas. They noted stops to buy firearms, ammunition, fireworks, and other explosive materials. He died in the explosion. The investigation used drone footage and 3D scans to document that scene. Officials also highlighted gaps in preparedness, including limited knowledge of lithium fires and insufficient protective gear.